Looky. How are you? How are you? Okay. Alrighty. So, hello, sexy souls. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. Just remember, it's in the title. I am weird. We get woo woo. That's the gist of it. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Coming on, it was like 72 hours. I was like, okie dokie. None of it's for nothing more than that. I do get the sense of like a late start. Like it's the idea and the notion when I say like late start and like the energy of it is, you know how like you're gonna go on vacation. Hey Terry, and you're gonna say something like, we're gonna leave at such and such time. And I don't care how much you did the day before, the night before, you packed up the vehicle. Wow, when it comes time to leave, there's all these little tidbits that have to like you got to grab and bring on and things like that and do, and inevitably poof, I don't care how much preparation there was, you're still leaving a little bit late. You know what I mean? And so it's like there's this sense of running late, but like not like massively behind. Just like I was trying to leave at 7 a.m. and it is now 7:11, and I'm finally getting in the car. And it's like, oh, like no matter the amount of preparation, there's still a little bit of lag. That is what the way the energy felt with that little statement. Other than that, not much anything else. So I'm getting the next 72 hours. Let's see what's going down. I already got a hit on Divine Doors. I'm like, okay. I just don't know if it's first. It is the one that's like screaming though, nothing else. Like I don't know if you all, but I feel energy off of objects. Okay. Yes, day hasn't started. I know. There's going to come a point when I start like really doing things up again. You know what I mean? Like I take showers. That's wrong. I mean, you know, where I make sure everything's all done up. Like I was going to go through the list, take a shower, do my hair, do my, you know, that kind of thing. Now anymore, it's like I took a shower. Yay. That's coffee. I have a second cup. So anywho's, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm like I don't know what this phase of life has been. I mean, and I get ready sometimes, don't get me wrong, but like it's really just been like I don't know. I'm not that person. I never used to be that person. I like to do my hair. I like to have you know, all kinds of shit. And like here in the last, I don't know, year and a half, I'm like, I took a shower and like I'm done. I'm ready. So I don't know. So we get something new today. The same old. Okie dokies. Begin here. Next 72 hours, begin here. Something was running like like even the best laid plans. Like it's like a minuscule running a tab, like running a tab, like really minuscule, but still, of course, is what I want to say. Like, of course. Of course you're running late. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. Do not fear what travel brings. What movement brings, what travel brings. Like, are you anticipating some level of travel not going how you want it to or backfiring? Give me a second. I'm loving this. I can just see the steam. Like, I don't know, you can't see it, but like over here, I can just see all the steam. And I'm like, I love it. Because it's 72 hours. 72 hours. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration's near. I get the feeling of something ecstatic that you get to share with other people. And I don't know why they're bringing this to me, but 72 hours is 3 days, and we got 3 of cups. They're like, ooh, like, you know, the 3 cups, like boop, boop, boop. And then change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Alrighty here. So don't fear what travel brings. And even if we're going to go with travel as just being like movement, like some level of like something going somewhere, this moment is yours. Begin now here. So something's beginning. And look, if you're going to tell me it's a 72-hour reading, when I have to go get more candles, guys. So somebody do me a favor and light a candle for me during this reading because I don't have any more. I got to go get some. All right. So somebody somewhere light a candle while I do this reading. Thank you. So there's like, if you're telling me it's a 72-hour read, then I fully expect that we are only focusing on the next 3 days, period, point blank. And since it's early where I'm at, and of course it's going to change, for us, that would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Okay. And so something begins in the next 3 days. Otherwise, don't tell me 72 hours. And I just keep seeing a cup for each day. It's like 3 days, 3 cups. There's a level of celebration, of wanting to share something with other people because we're talking about friendship. And it's like, it's just a very uplifting, happy card. Like somehow I just feel like there's going to be good news. And it's like the kind where you go and tell somebody, like you want to share the good news with somebody else. And I do get the sense that somebody's going to celebrate you. Like there's this level of, you're not going to believe this shit. Like, girl, like I just want to say that, like, because that's what I do. I don't care if you're male or female. When something like that happens, you're now my girlfriend. Girl. Like, I don't care. That's your new title. Deal with it. Okay. All right. 3 cups in happiness, 3 cheers are done. You're gonna share this with somebody else and be ecstatic about it. Like there's some really good level of news about this. And it literally, I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Did it sound a little Valley Girl? A little Valley, I don't know, maybe. Hey, how are you? Angel, did you? Girl, you just... for those who don't know, who are not aware, I love feathers. Like we're taking a break because you can thank Angel. She appealed to my ADHD. I literally just thought I saw a deer. Sorry, I was doing like this and I saw a deer jump into the forest. Like we have wooded area behind us, like a wood line. And I just thought, go, boop. Anywho's. Okay. So I've been asking, like I do feathers, all kinds of feathers. You want to tell me why yesterday a turkey flew right in front of my windshield? This happened to me a decade ago. Actually, about 14 years ago when it's about 11 years ago. I don't know why I said, I hit it, like it flew in front of my car and it was so close to the windshield, but it was my side view mirror that hit it. And my side view mirror like bent and did all kinds of weird stuff. And I was like, one of those days where you're like, he had a death wish. I don't know what was going on. Not this exact person. I didn't go up to this turkey and take a feather out but yesterday I was driving and he flew again. And when I tell you, I realized just how slow these things are because I was a little bit further back than I was the one time I hit it. But they got no wherewithal, okay? No wherewithal whatsoever. And he just takes off. And he's like, I mean, when I tell you he pumped like he was trying to cough up, like I was like, that thing is like, it was slow motion. But anyways, I do all of these things. I do all of these, right? I have the most amazing feathers. I was actually sharing them with my mom the other day. Just so many. I love this one. Look how, he got a little messed up because I have so many feathers over here. Would y'all like to see where I have Look at the little dotted one. Here, I'm going to show you guys. You might see my bed a little bit, but like, see my feathers right there? They're all like, anywho's. So the other day, I've been looking. I mean, they're the most gorgeous feathers. I have a million of them, so whatever. And I was like, I've been asking. Now, I walk around the lake, there's ducks, and I love certain ducks and their colors and their iridescence. And I'm like, I would love to find one. For 4 months, since it's been warm, this has been and I'm like, you can't look for it, Shauna, you can't look for it, okay? So I walked and I found some, and I saw it looking a little bit like this. I saw the white tip somewhere. It was laying like this, and I picked it up, and I was asking for something, and I was like, send me a sign of a color of a feather I've never gotten before. And I was like, that, like you got to make it very specific. And if they didn't just like give me, I got 2 of them, and it was amazing. Look. And so naturally, I'm like so excited because not only did they give me a very unique color that I don't have yet, but it was the one that I had been asking for all summer. So it's almost like a long held wish. They're like, absolutely. Like, it was the best confirmation. So needless to say, I'm that person that's like, oh, if it's a mushroom that's really cool looking or a feather, like, I will have a fit. You would have thought I just found the leprechaun and his gold pot. Like, I get excited. So, needless to say, they are. And here's the thing. They don't lose them very easily. Like, when I tell you I walk around this lake and there's a million Canadian geese, which they need to come and get their dang birds and take them back. Okay. A million. And there's all kinds of other feathers. But dang, if I could, they never lose, because those are those really pretty ones on the back near the tip. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't come out very frequently. Like, this, you know what I mean? And I'm like, how can we have these birds? And there's never one of those things. Never. And so when I got it, I was like, ha, ha, ha. I was really excited. I was so excited. I was like, yeah. So for those who want to be like, well, duh, you're walking around a lake. Let me tell you something. They hoard those things. They do not shed them like they do all the other ones on their wings and the down feathers and all. They don't. Okay? Holy moly. So anywho's, I was just really, really excited about that. Anyhow, let's get back to our reading. Thank you for my little tangent. I appreciate it. Right? Yes. See, here, I'll show you guys. Y'all want to see here is the brown duck feathers. These are different. Take a look. The lines are going that way as opposed to obviously like the barred owl where they go to the side. I do have 2 more. I got so many underneath, guys, but there's like my little favorites are up here, but you need to stop. It's a little different than say even like this one where again the feathers are going across. Like, is that not amazing? My son found it like this, and I was like, I'm not brushing it out. It's been like this for almost 4 years. This is amazing looking. So anywho's, and even this is a duck feather. Look at how cool this shit is, right? But I'm just saying, there's something about the little iridescent ones. And maybe because it is a rarity and like to get it, it's like, because Spirit know I've been looking. I'm like, I'll be looking sometimes. I'm like, okay, you're supposed to just find it. It's supposed to be a gift, but I'll be looking. So the fact that I found it. All right, so next 3 days, something is starting because it says begin here now. Okay, this feather just wants to join in. It says begin here now. Something is starting. Don't fear. And it's like what travel brings. There's something about the word travel, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, wait, are we talking like legit travel? Like we're going on a trip, we're going to go somewhere, we're going to do something? Or are we talking like a move? Or are we talking about just forward progression? But they're really honing in on the word travel. And usually if they're meaning forward progression, I'm just going to feel like there's movement. You know what I mean? This feels like they're like travel as in the actual word in and of itself. I'm like, okie dokies. And there's a level of toasting of, this could be like And traditional tarot, but the Three Cups is three people getting together, like this level of celebration, right? And there's some level of change that's happening. So it's all occurring. I think the change is starting, or there's news of the change that comes in within the next 3 days, and that gives reason to celebrate. And like I said, you're going to be telling somebody. You're going to be sharing that news. There's a lot of times we say, hey, if there's something good that's happening, don't go, you don't always want to tell everybody, but there's a level of sharing this with somebody. Okay. Where are we going? Okay. All right. It's funny how they just tilted me over here. I didn't even think about that. I just realized they did that. All right, so we've got this right here. We have Starman Tarot. I'll get it together at some point. All right, is. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. I even showed my mom. I have y'all see, she got me on my feathers. You see how drop it, Sean. Like, I think I like my feathers. Oh my god. Blue jay feathers. Like, I don't know. It's such a ding dong. Anywho's, like a little kid in a candy store. If I'm out hiking, I swear to you, I got so irritated. My poor friend, Paula, the one that came on here, we found this we were at a monastery. We went into an area of their farming area we weren't supposed to be. And we saw someone coming down on a tractor. I was like, come on, let's run into it. It was like a forest line again. Let's go over here. Because I had found this and I wanted more. And she's like, no, don't do that. We don't have anything to be. I'm like, get in here now. She made me so mad. Because they were very nice. They were like, you have to go. And I'm like, I know I could have found another one. I wanted more. I wasn't trying to hide. I wanted to keep going. And it's like, she likes getting caught. I'm like, you have a sick throat. Okay. Like, what are you doing? Anywho, I have all kinds of stories, guys. A million stories. That's what happens when you reach the age. I was going to say the level of 43, age of 43. All right, let's just get going. What's happening the next 72 hours, Spirit? Give me this. Phew. We're going to put the book back because that's entirely too much. Okie dokies. Oh, the Hierophant. I heard building a spiritual practice. Almost like a routine or integrating something within your everyday life that's external to you that reflects something internal. But there's a spiritual like, it's not institutional. Like they're like spiritual. I'm like, okay. Today, some days they give me all these colloquial sayings, and things like that. And other days it's one word. Travel. Travel. Celebration. Change. Spirituality. It's like, okay. Next 3 days. Oh, when they make decks so huge, and I have tiny little hands. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. See, a spiritual practice makes me believe, because we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is there's a level of focus, a level of skill. It's like honing some type of spiritual practice or spiritual skill. Hold on. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, so this is woo-woo. I'm like, am I old? Can I not see this correctly? Okay. This is the Seven of Cups. And I shit you not, they have an alien. Take a look. An alien in this. Now, here's the thing. Like, let me get close. We're getting in here. There's an alien. See that? For a moment, I thought the alien was with a baby, but that's actually another little. Focus. See it? There's like another little spirit thingy in here. I don't know, but that's an alien in a cup. And they went. And if you take a look, this image right here, it's almost like there's something about the cup that's going to be in the forefront is going to be the thing is the cup. Bear with me. It's the cup that reflects you, like the genuine, sincere, authentic you, the core you. We could go into the arena of starseed. Now, I want to make sure that I am perfectly clear, guys. Okay, starseed is just, if you're a starseed, you are no better than any other human because we are all here to have a human experience. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, gets a free pass at the human experience. So I don't care what you think you were prior to this existence. That shit don't mean shit. The only purpose of figuring out that you're a starseed helps you to understand certain things about yourself and why you operate the way you do within this existence. But by no means does that give you any kind of leg up over anybody else. Okay? Anybody putting themselves on that type of a pedestal, you need to be weary of. Okay? Okay. And beyond that, this whole notion of chosen ones, I roll my eyes so hard I get a headache from that. Because anybody who believes that they don't originate from this planet, that their soul has been put into, has reincarnated in a different type of, this is not their original form, right? Anybody who actually believes that in no way, shape, or form would think coming here means they are chosen. Bitch, you had to volunteer of your own free will. And yes, your dumbass did that. Okay? Like this idea and notion that somehow anybody who chooses any level of terminology. Now, we can't control how other people interpret shit, but I be listening to some MFers. Okay? But we're chosen and you just don't if you've got to make yourself feel special in order to deal with the shit show of this existence, okay. But you're not. You are not chosen above anybody else. You are not. If you have anything that you feel you are compelled to do and complete in this existence, you voluntarily came here. And if you really feel like you have any type of a role, you're probably also going, I wish the fuck I hadn't, and I want out. No one gets off on the idea of being chosen. Okay? If people don't understand you, it's because your truth is not their truth. Simple fact. You don't have to create some magnificent story around it or create and utilize terminology and words to create a greater divide between you and them. Because I promise you, I'm not going to anybody to get any level of knowledge, information, or anything else like that says, I'm chosen. Bitch, I didn't choose you, so no, seriously. Humble the fuck. Seriously. And I just want to say spiritual ego is a thing. Because the ego doesn't want to die. So if it has to hide itself within spirituality, it will. that level of self-importance. Like I try to clear. I know I use really weird woo-woo words, right? But I make sure not to. Like I am a powerful person, but I also am not impervious. I'm no Messiah, and there is nobody. There are no Messiahs here on earth. Anybody who has the way, I would be cautious of, okay? So when we talk about this, that uniqueness, that opportunity, this is like the opportunity, right? To be who you really are. And you may be confused. Who am I really? And what does that even mean to be who I really am within this existence? What does that even fucking look like? And you may have tried on all 7 cups. Does it look like this? No. And you may have enjoyed it. And I want to say that some of those people who do those things, they're on that journey. They'll get to the point, hopefully, at some point where they realize they're no Messiah. There are people that start things in the forefront. By no means are they the most and utmost important. It is shitty. Everybody is experiencing this phase in human existence right now, not just you. Okay? And you by no means are above anything. Okay? Okay. So 7 of Cups feels a little bit like having been confused as to what that really meant and looked like. Knowing and feeling like this foreign person in this existence, like you don't belong here. The way you operate, even when you try to fit in, it just stands out. And so you hide. You don't know how to action it, how to live it. You're just like, I am so confused. And you may have felt like you wanted to express this, live this, and choose this aspect of yourself, but you didn't know what the fuck that looked like or how to do it. You were trying. You sure as hell were trying. And I think that has something to do with someone's level of spirituality and their spiritual practice and focusing on being like to me, this is someone now knowing how to, because this is knowing you internally at the core and mixing this with these 2 cards. Because if Hierophant is all about, High Priestess is the knowledge within, that which we hold and embody, right? The connection to the etheric, to our soul, our etheric self, right? The Hierophant is creating a life external to you that reflects that which is within, because it is the masculine. As within, so without. What does that fucking look like? What feels right about that? And that's where you've been confused. How do I integrate, make a part of, and create a structure within my environment to reflect who I really am? How do I lead my life from my spiritual knowing, from my spiritual essence, and yet still be of this existence? Like everybody's desire to be so separate from. I'm not a part of. I'm not from this. I'm of it, or whatever the fuck they say. It's like you do realize the people who are here to help others push this evolution of human existence along do not separate themselves from it. That is exactly what we're trying to get away from. This idea and notion, politically and religiously, there's something greater, higher, more important, with more authority, with more power, more influence, is making the decisions, and I fall in like, are you kidding me? If you put yourself up there, you are definitely not here to push your evolution along. Okay? So somebody is discovering this. They are focusing heavily on this, and they're putting their energy behind it. Seven of Pentacles is the energy of planting all kinds of seeds, doing all kinds of work, not knowing if anything's going to sprout, what's going to take root, is this even real? Feeling at times like you fail because you don't see anything from your efforts. And you do. You begin to grow and show evidence external to yourself. You start focusing on it, and it's reproducing now. There's a level of a watch that's been going on. This is the Three of Swords. We have the hawk or eagle. It's watching, observing, and seeing. But there's this lack of participation. I want you to pay attention, okay? This heart is intact. These swords are pointed down, meaning a truth is not being spoken. And I think this card resembles more of that level of separation, like not having the full integration of who you are in your life, in your existence. Always feeling like you're kind of like yesterday we talked about the choosing this or this. Like, do I follow this? But then I have to abandon what I feel to be true about me. Like it was constantly always having to choose one winning out over the other. And there's a level of this here's that confusion we're talking about again. This whole like what is that dude's name with he's from Egypt. Like a pharaoh. I don't. There's a very specific one I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of his name. But whatever. It's like the understanding of where you come from. Again, like look at this. This is sitting in the background, and this is where it's confusion. Like, how does that play into this existence, though? Right? Like, how does that play into this? It's going beyond now the spiritual ego and understanding what integration, embodiment, and knowing all these aspects of yourselves. What is it? What does that really mean for this existence? And how do I bring that as a part of my life? I think that you have been exercising and trying to take steps and doing certain things, and nothing fully brings it. Even if you felt like you were successful, even if people are like, "Oh my God, you're so great at the thing," and you're like, "This doesn't feel the way I'm meant to integrate and express this in my life. It doesn't feel like a true 100%." And you may have been trying on other people's hats or other people's cups. So here you are finding the one. It's taking the forefront. It's letting go of this confusion. Take a look at here. Take a look. Look at that feather. Look familiar? Mm-hmm. I want to say there wasn't a full. It wasn't so much so. You know, the reason why this Eight of Pentacles is just now happening is because before you weren't, because you were in the Seven of Cups. How do I exactly make this happen? Everything that you tried wasn't exactly right. It's like the Three Little Bears. 3 cups, 3 days, 3 little bears. You know, where she's like, "Oh, this porridge is too cold. This porridge is too hot. This porridge is just right. Oh, this bed is too hard. Oh, this bed is too soft. Oh, this bed is just right." It's like you had to find the just right. Like you tried on all kinds of things. You did all kinds of things. And it works for other people, right? That cup is a cup. It's filled with something. And it might be somebody else's cup, but it wasn't your cup. And so why would this thing, you know what hurt the most was the separation, not the full expression of who you are, because these swords are down. Seeing and observing, knowing, and not being able to execute that, knowing so much and not being able to do it. But they're giving me something about, in that separation, it also left your heart intact. Now, this person painted that heart on there. You may have felt uninvolved and probably didn't love your life because you weren't expressing your truest nature, this alien aspect of yourself that you felt was so different. But that was also protection. To send you out into the wild, to send you out into this world wearing another mask, somebody else's cup, in your way of trying to live your truth, live your essence, live authentically as yourself, your true spiritual nature. You had to figure out what that looked like and how it was for you, how it felt right. And so whether you realize it or not, the thing that you felt disconnected. There we go. I kept wanting to say separate, but it's like you were so disconnected. To know all these things, to experience something internally, but to still feel this disconnection in life somehow. Like you couldn't make something work. It works. Something happens. 8 of Pentacles. And there's this revival of passion and a new beginning that starts because we have the Page of Wands. It only happens like this was before. You're not going to be just observing anymore. There's not going to be this level of disconnection. There's something reigniting. That's probably what you're going to begin. Talk to me about the travel. What do you mean? Because there was something very tangible, 3D worldish about that word. You like my way of expressing? Travel. Kelsey! Welcome, woman. Hope you're doing good. Travel. Something grows. Take a look at her. This is the Queen of Pentacles. But through her power of the manipulation of all that she has, something flourishes down below. Like there's a level of nurturing and growth that's happening. What is the travel? Hey, Anna. Where are we? Just catching up. Okay. Again, another book. We're not doing that. We're just going to do this one. This is what I get for... Well, this motherfucker came out 3 times yesterday, guys. 3 times. 3 times. 10 of Pentacles is back. Yesterday was like, wow. Okie dokie. And it was like 3 different decks. And the 10 of Pentacles kept coming out to describe the 10 of Pentacles. I was like, what is the 10 of Pentacles? 10 of Pentacles. I was like, okay. What is the 10 of Pentacles? 10 of Pentacles. Okay. This is the level of growth that you're going to have and the heights that you'll be able to achieve. The level of abundance. This is affecting every area of your life. This travel. Tell me again. Hold on. I just get, okay, sorry. With the 10 of Pentacles, something comes in so that you can make things happen. It just allows you to, because that's what the nurturing is. You grow something. You see how she's built, like the power from her palms. You see the magic? She's over here like wielding, right? Because everything's internal. She's the one that has mastered the air, her mental, and her communication, her truth, her emotions, her passion, her drive, her will. Like it's all there. You know what I'm saying? And so she can wield things around her. She can manage it all. She's got it. And something about the Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, like you're going to be able to implement, affect, and create and grow something here. Judgment. It's definitely the resurrection of something. I think of all the things you attempted to do before to try and step into this, like create a life that reflected what you truly believe, who you truly are, your spirituality. You wanted to integrate that, but you tried on so many hats and and drank from so many cups, and they weren't your cup. And you find your cup, right? You find it. And it's like there's a revival of it. You were so detached, disconnected. These cards came out yesterday, guys. Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, the Wheel. Ten of Cups. Give me just a second. This rebirth or this resurrection or this second chance at life, okay? The judgment call. I was trying to say card and they said call, the judgment call. Again, we're going back to a decision. Because that's really what it is, right? When Gabriel sounds his horn, you rise up and you have to answer the call. It's like there's some level of call coming out. And on this side, remember, we got 5 and 5. So we have 10 cards out. And always the center card is the overall energy. It's finding your cup and taking it up. Doing it. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles on this side, and we have the Wheel with the Ten of Cups on this side. There's not a single negative thing on here. They even made the Three of Swords positive. It is a resurrection of you. You feel connected back to your spirituality. You feel connected back to your center. You feel connected back to who you are. And something about, I think this is connected yesterday, saying yes, because the Page of Wands yesterday was, or it was a Page of Cups really, but the Page of Wands reminds me of that offer, that project initiation. There's something about that. Saying yes to something. So you're given something to make everything happen. You're meant to grow something, nurture it, expand it. So tell me about the travel, because I cannot until you answer my fucking question. Okay, thank you. This is it. Oh, Azathoth Tarot. How are we? Okay, 43 minutes. Something with the travel. We have 10 of Pentacles on here, but the 5 of Pentacles comes out. Okay. There's like, that's not having. That's insufficient funds. They literally just said insufficient funds. That's not the 10 of Pentacles. That is the opposite of 10 Pentacles. with the Chariot, which would be the travel. Chariot is very long distance travel. Very long distance travel. Again, it is so. Okay, we're just going to say, I want to say if there is a call to travel, because they said answering the call, right? To do it, say yes. Now, I can only pull this from yesterday's reading because it was almost like the 10 of Pentacles comes in, so you can say yes to something. So it's the funds coming in to say yes to something. But as it stands right now, there's a 5 of Pentacles. You're left out in the cold, honey. So what about the travel? Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. Some change. It's so funny because we got the begin here now, then the celebration. But the crux of everything is something to celebrate, something to be happy about. There's a change in the next 3 days. And something about from this change spawns travel. Something begins, and so you're meant to do it. Now, I'm going to remind, they said I don't need to remind them. I swear to God, they just interrupted me. They knew where the fuck I was going. I was going, let me remind you, Spirit, you initiated the 72-hour thing. I'm like, this, you don't be saying 72 hours if some shit not going to go down for somebody in the 72 hours. Just saying. You got the moon. Something not yet seen being revealed. We have the Page of Swords. That could be a message coming through. And then we have the 7 of Cups. There's a level of not understanding. They're saying somebody doesn't understand. And I've been asking about the travel. What is the travel? And they're like, well, you think this. You think this. You're like, how am I supposed to do anything? I don't have the wherewithal or the capacity. I don't have the wherewithal or the capacity to do the Chariot. I don't have that. And they're like, well, see, you're just confused because you don't know yet. There's a message on its way. You're confused about this message. How's that going to happen? I'm in the 5 of Pentacles. You're going to have to help me out here, Spirit. I don't understand what you're trying to say. We have the King of Wands. He showed up again yesterday, too. He was here yesterday. It is the unwavering and unfailing ability to take action towards something. The level of determination, wherewithal, follow through. The focus, which is the 8 of Pentacles that we've got. That's the same thing. Focus. But then we have the 8 of Cups with the 4 of Cups. And it's Get the fuck out of the apathy. Get away from the apathy and the unwillingness to say yes. Because with this 4 cup, like even Spirit's like here, and you're like, what is Spirit telling you? That's what they're saying. There's a message. There's a message you're confused about. There's a message you're confused about that they're telling you to say yes. They're telling you to travel, and you're like, you don't get it. You're like, I would, but I can't because I don't have the like. What are you talking about? There's something you're meant to do, a place you're meant to go, a place you're meant to see, or there's just even if it's just getting away from where you're at, and you're like, I hear the message, Spirit. I can't fucking do it. You're confused. That's what I'm saying. You're like, I don't have the means. What are you talking about? Here we are. The message, it's almost like the Spirit's giving you some kind of message, and you're like, you don't see it. You don't see it. The moon, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you got the 7 of Cups. Now this is confusion. It's a little perplexing, Spirit. Okay. And they're like, you got to get away from this lack of action. You need to be the King of Wands. I mean, I'm just going to say it for you. Do you want me to pull it out my ass, Spirit? Because that's the way this feels. That's the way this feels. They bring me back to the 3 days. Like, I'm like, is something going to present itself before you have the means to do it, but that you're supposed to say yes to it anyways? Because it's like change beckons today. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Don't be alarmed as change beckons today. Okay, let's talk about the change because I'm over here perplexed. Okay, we're doing Hermetic Tarot. Thank you. Everything was going great, and it's like, but here's the thing. They're like, well, they're really hesitant. They don't think they can because they're under the illusion that this, and this. There's something they don't see, they don't know. And it's like, okay, well then. So somebody in their head is like, yeah, right, whatever. Okay, somebody's got to be doing this because this was very, very, very clear. Something's happening, something's shifting. You're going to step back into your level, like a level of spirituality that's, and it's like taking charge with that. It's your cup. You find your cup. You find bliss and joy, and it impacts multiple areas of your life. It causes exponential growth. It was all great and dandy, and they're like, no, they don't get it. And it's like, well, I just want to advocate for you because I'm like, I think they do. I think they do get it. Okay, these motherfuckers are coming out again. This is what was here yesterday. I do think they do. I think that they do. It's like you have yesterday's thing. Okay, I don't know why we're still continuing on yesterday's. It felt very different. I got to be honest with you. Yesterday's thing was all about not taking that old energy. Like you're like when the 10 of Pentacles comes in, it covers so you can do both. Like you don't have to pick and choose anymore. You don't have to be like this. And they're like, you are in such an energy of withholding, holding back, pausing, uncertainty, not quite sure, because you're like, even when there's been moments where I didn't feel like I had to choose, it always came back around again. And you're in this energy of not wanting to do both, the thing that you have to do and the thing that you want to do, because you're like, I need to save. There's this level of resistance because you don't believe. You don't believe the 10 of Pentacles. You don't believe this is going to be enough that it's going to, that there's something in saying yes to the thing that you want and that you desire that's going to propel your life forward, that's going to maybe like expand even more. You're like, I don't know, maybe there's this level of reassurance that you need, and it just isn't. Because remember, this is the, hold on, son of a biscuit. Good Lord. Allergies have been kicking up in this house lately. Okay, so this is the Two of Swords that came out yesterday, remember? And it's not a choice. There's no longer making a choice. It's both. Look at the way that the two of them come together, and it just, like a flower blooms, like a portal opens, like it's, like they're sealed, like there is no choice between the two. It's not even a level of compromise. It's both. It's a not this or that. It's a this and that. They're reminding us. And then just so happens that the Judgment card comes out on top of the Judgment card. They want to reiterate, say yes. You have to be willing to step up. Like when the invitation comes, you have to say yes. And then we've got the Four of Swords. It is, you know, you need to say yes. This is the card of like taking a break, taking a holiday, taking a trip. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, if there's an opportunity to travel, if there's an opportunity to go somewhere, if there's an opportunity to take a break, it's in some way doing something for yourself, then you're supposed to answer the call. You're supposed to do that. Why are we revisiting this? What has this got to do with the next 3 days? What has this got to do with the next 3 days? 72 hours. What has this got to do with the next 3 days? Somebody because this shows up in the next 3 days and somebody is still in this energy. We got the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. Like there's a legit opportunity, a legit offer, something solid, something well-grounded. It should be taken more seriously than it is. Knight of Pentacles, the offer, the whatever. And you're still in the, I can only see how this could go wrong. Everything's still wrong in my life. Now's not the time to do it. I shouldn't be doing this because it's not going to benefit me. It's only going to make things worse. You know, I've been in such a position for up to this long that I'm having to pick and choose, that when I do get enough, like the Ten of Pentacles, I need to make sure I save for the next time. I have to pick and choose, right? Like there's this level of feeling like now's not the right time. There's a level of anxiety and fear about it and feeling like you can only see how things go wrong. Now, yesterday we had the Five of Cups, but in that Five of Cups, the person turned around and saw the Two Cups and they're like, and I feel like you know you need to do this, but you cannot help but feel compelled to have this fear and anxiety. Okay. So it's they are revisiting this because they're like, look, this is going to come through in the next 3 days. Something about this, the travel, the ability to start something, begin here. And it's going to bring about a lot of change. And this could literally just be a friend saying, hey, let's get out and go do something, right? Like maybe it is legit going out and doing something and celebrating, enjoying yourself. And from it comes something. How does this show up? Like Queen of Swords. Don't be quick to say no. Don't be quick to reject this. I mean, all I can see is this head being cut off. Like, it's almost like, okay. Too much focus on the past and not the potential, not what's really coming through. Like, maybe you feel like you don't see it. Like, you're going to be quick to say, no, this can't happen. I can't. And they're like, please do, because something will come through for you to make this happen. Seven of Pentacles is something breaking ground. And then the Chariot, to be able to do this. Is it the offer then that shows up? Like, what shows up these 3 days? Like, I want to know this specifically. It just sounds like to me the offer, the opportunity is presented in the next 3 days. And it's like the ability to do it is going to show up. You're worried about committing to this. Judicial, that's saying yes, that's a final decision. They're like, you need to decide. You have to decide to answer the call. You have to be willing to do it. Whether the 10 of Pentacles, like, I feel like I'm in the energy of somebody else. I got to be honest with you. I feel like somebody's going, look, if the 10 of Pentacles shows up, I will say yes. If it doesn't, I will not. And somebody wants confirmation that the 10 of Pentacles. Now, yesterday, it seemed like the 10 of Pentacles was going to come in first, but somebody's still reserved. They are still not committed. I will not until the means arrive. Despite knowing you need to do this. I mean, I can't. It's gonna be a message. I can't disagree, Spirit. So you're too anxious. Bad health is all about the level of tension and stress that you experience within, and sometimes it manifesting. Like, you just feel there's a lot going on. And judicial is making a decision. Like, it's too much that's weighing on your mind. You're like, I can't. That's almost guiding how you're making a decision. And they're like, look, I don't know if you need to almost say yes to something, or at least to yourself say, I will do this. And quit telling yourself you won't. Quit living in the tension, anxiety, and fear of something, and just say, I'm going to. Even if you're like, I don't want to tell somebody else, I don't want to commit to somebody else, because something happens. Something comes in, something arrives. Look at this, a message. This could be either coming to your house, coming to you where you're at, right? Or this a message about stability, and then voila. If I were to think any card in this Kipper deck would be the 10 of Pentacles, it's the 7 of Wealth. I want to say the means show up. Gift. There's something about accepting the invitation, because it's like there's a time limit. There's like a time constraint on it. And somebody maybe wants to 100% make sure, and I don't know. It's like two ships passing the night. It's like there's like the two things happen so close together, but but time is very messy right now. Like the events are contained within a certain time frame, but one may show up before the other, and one may do this. And it's like there's a sense of like something is on offer. Like they are. There's a reassurance that a way will be made, and saying yes. Like don't fear it. Know that this will. There's a gift within this. This will bring about a change. Okay. That I really did not anticipate revisiting this conversation. Is that even how it started with what I was hearing? The means will show up. But you have to say yes. Why do I feel like I feel incomplete about the three up here? There's just something about it that I feel incomplete with. And endorse fortune telling. Next 72 hours. It feels a little bit like maybe, here's the thing. They're giving me this. If the means come in, you don't have time to hem and haw, because whatever you got to say yes to has a level of time constraints to it. So that's why they're like it's either like it comes and you have to say yes, or like you got to say yes because you kind of like gotta like say yes, and then the means will come in shortly thereafter. Because something about around saying the yes, there's a time constraint. And something hinges on the next 3 days. Either the invite or the means. And maybe they're just talking about the next 3 days because they remember I said whatever you say has to happen within a time constraint. Like it has to like you can't be sitting there telling me 72 hours and then blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And so it's like maybe they wanted to bring up the idea of 72 hours because it's like a very limited amount of time. Okie dokie. Come on now. Like sometimes I have like this question and it's more of an energy. It's like this energy that's like it has to be satiated. It needs to be satiated because I feel like we're not done if it's not satiated. We got the sun, which we had yesterday in another deck, and it's all about it's a yes. Say yes. It is everything being cleared, everything's being smooth sailing. I think that's you. That's a you. See, here we have your perseverance will be rewarded, right? And your abilities are going to be enhanced. But then we have the conflict and danger lie in wait. Somebody just feels like they can't. I don't think that's. I don't know what it was. I think I'm just tapping into your energy because the lack of I'm not getting exactly what I want is like somebody wants total confirmation of it's like it goes back to the whole idea of I won't say yes until this arrives, or I won't you got to guarantee me. There's some guarantee somebody was wanting, and it's like look, this is about to happen very, very, very shortly in the imminent future. but there's a time constraint. And if you wait for everything to look perfectly, you're going to miss out. Because conflict and danger lie in wait and true feelings are masked. You're saying no to something because you're fearing it when you really want to say yes. You're uncertain. That's what they said. Uncertain. But there's like there's something about some level of reward coming in. And then this mystic circle, I'm telling you, there's a level of you stepping into your spirituality within your life that's just the right fit for you. So I can't either satiate this little thing because it's going to irritate the shit out of me. Okay. Forces favor you. You're just supposed to you're meant to step into some type of role. I'm telling you, when they talk about honing your skills and your abilities, and then your abilities are going to be enhanced, and like there's something about finding the cup of the 7 cups that you've tried on. You've tried to live your spirituality and your truth and who you really are in so many different forms and fashions, and none of them felt right? You're about to discover the cup, that cup that's yours. If you are just now joining, you need to go back and watch the beginning because there's a lot there. And it just literally says, things are in your favor. Reckless actions will lead to conflict. Okay? And imagination clouds your judgment. You believe if you make the wrong move, the wrong decision, it's going to fuck shit up for you. Because you're stuck in the idea that you have to pick and choose. You believe the other shoe is going to drop. You believe that you're going to end up back here because it's been in this big loop or cycle. You always end up back into like not having enough for everything. And so you're like, you want to hoard and hold on to what you do get because you just don't quite trust it. It's giving the energy of, I've done this before. I have trusted. And then on the other side of it was the 5 of Pentacles, depletion. And so you're a little bit like, I've been down this road too many times. And they're like, things are going to work out in your favor, hon. Okay? Please, you're so concerned or worried about making the wrong move and screwing yourself. And when it says imagination clouds your judgment, it's that fear. It's that fear. You're letting it dictate how you decide. And there's something about using your skills to aid others. You're meant to, when you find this cup and you start living your true expression and you build your spirituality and understanding and your etheric self into your day-to-day life so that others outside of you can then experience it. Instead of trying to express it and live into it the way others have, you're going to find the little niche, that little socks, that cozy bed and three, like Goldilocks and the 3 bears, like it's just right. You know what I mean? It's just you. This is the right expression. This is the right way to do it. This is the way to build my life integrated with my spirituality. And this is the way, and it's just going to be right. It's going to happen. Please believe that you will be rewarded. Okay. So some things I think between the two, either the resources, the ability, the capacity, the funds, the whatever that keep you from having to pick and choose are showing up. Okay? They're showing up within the next 3 days. Or the need to say yes to something is showing up in the next 3 days. And it's like there's just this level of faith that what comes in, the 10 of Pentacles, is going to be sufficient enough that you don't have to worry about on the other side of saying yes. You're going to be back in the energy of pick and choose. It's this and that. It's no longer this or that anymore. That's the message. All right, I'm going to hop off of here. Hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. Right? Right, LP? I'm sorry, LP. I need a shower, but I'm invested. Well, yeah. I think apathy is the expression of your spirit dying. That's how it shows up in this world. Yeah. The thing about the Seven of Cups, it's the devil on kind of stuck on stupid. Love you, Anna. Let's see here. And between yesterday and today, Angel, that's what came up because we had I know we had the Six of Wands, and I think we had the Six of Cups, and I know we had the Ace of Pentacles, and we had the Empress yesterday, and the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Cups showed up today. I don't know. You're just going to have to know, LP. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I will see you later this week. And like the video, if you have chilled here, like the videos, guys. Like, I am not everybody's cup of tea, or I don't fit the algorithm and everything. I'm not changing to do it, but it sure as heck would help me break through it if people would like my videos. Just saying. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day.